Time for a look at your West Tennessee forecast with meteorologist Ryan Davis.
Welcome in, everyone. Here is we're heading into the late night hour. 64 degrees here in Savannah. We've got mostly clear night going on right now. South winds at about 5 miles per hour. We'll go up the road a ways and take a look here live in Memphis, where we're at 66 degrees, a light breeze about 7 out of the south-southwest. And as we take a look here in Trenton, looking good here, 54 degrees, winds are calm. And we'll go down the road and take a look here in Jackson along I-40, looking at 68 degrees, winds out of the south about 8. So it has calmed down considerably in our winds compared to today. It was quite windy yesterday evening too, with some winds up to around 30 miles per hour at times. So nice to get a little bit of a break in some of those windy conditions. It'll still be a little bit breezy tonight though, with south winds about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Looking at the temperature board, man, it is a difference from the north here to the south. Look at this. We're almost 70 degrees in Summerville and Bolivar, where we're at 68. You go north here, we're at 64 in Trenton, 57 in Huntington, Paris coming in at 57. We've got 54 right now in Union City, and Jackson coming in at 68 degrees right now. Again, a look at those winds, a little bit on the lighter end here, but occasionally as high as about 15 miles per hour, where they have been going down compared to earlier today, where we did have some 25 mile per hour wind gusts during the afternoon. So as we go through the night, we'll still keep that little breeze with us, and we'll see some clouds on and off tonight as well. We're going to continue with this pattern with this frontal boundary to the north of us. This is where all the storms are going to be. The deep green areas indicating the worst of the storms. Low pressure areas kind of riding along here in towards the Great Lakes region, and this area is going to start to migrate a little closer to us as we head into late tomorrow night. So it's been lifting a little bit north. That has put us in a drier kind of a buffer zone here across West Tennessee. All of the storms have been kind of riding along from the southwest towards the northeast, and ultimately the main system that those storms are riding along, well, that will be coming in being our neighbor as we head into late Wednesday into Thursday. Let's go ahead and take a look at our radar. Looking good out there right now. Quiet conditions. Just a little bit breezy out of the south with winds right now. Did you get to see the blood moon last night? We did have plenty of breaks in the clouds, and that was a phenomenal sight there, the way that moon turns red. But now it's just back to a peaceful night, and no rain in the immediate area on radar. We do see some rain out here to the west, but as I mentioned, it'll ride along from the plains right over to the northeast and kind of go over the top of us here in West Tennessee. So tomorrow, especially in the afternoon, evening hours, you'll see this really start to fill in with some storms, even some severe storms possible. Those will continue riding along like a train up through the Great Lakes and the Ohio Valley. But the good news, most of that rain's going to stay completely up there. Now, tomorrow night's a different story. We will start to see some of these storms get very close to us and even start to reach into places like Obion and Lake County. Here's a look at our severe weather outlook for tonight. Here's what it looks like tomorrow, and it is going to be clipping the fringe areas, north areas of Lake County and Obion County. And then as we get into Friday, we still have severe weather in the outlook just off to the west of us. Again, here we are. We don't have any outlook currently for Saturday or Sunday, but we know that that system is going to be slowly migrating back to the south and east as high pressure breaks down. That's been kind of ridge along, kind of making a ridge here, holding all the rain off to the west of us. That'll break down. This is going to start to move in our general direction, and we may wind up, it is very possible, at least in a marginal outlook. But for now, the closest of that is going to be tomorrow night into Thursday, as those storms get very close to parts of northwest Tennessee. We'll look at this on the local level so you can see it a little bit better. Here we are. Here's what we're talking about. You've got the slight risk over here in parts of Arkansas, West Arkansas, southwest Missouri, and then right here across the extreme northwest Tennessee area. We're going to be watching because this typically will shift a little bit for the next update. Hopefully we can get it to shift more northward. But right now, the Storms Prediction Center has Lake and Obion right there in that 1 out of 5. I guess the good news, it is just a 1 out of 5, but we'll see a lot of storms riding along up through here starting tomorrow late afternoon into the evening. And we'll be here live watching closely just to make sure these storms don't try to come south into the viewing area. And yes, Lake and Obion, we've got you. Now, if anything breaks out anywhere near you, we're going to be on live and we'll be tracking this on radar. So if you're in those areas and you're concerned about that, we got you covered. We'll be here and you'll know about it. Just tune in with us here. Now, the next closest event will be coming up on Friday, but you can see it is well off to the west of the Mississippi, and that's going to be a marginal outlook right out here in portions of Missouri and Arkansas. So that's another closer event, but again, it's going to be further away as those storms continue for the next several days. But again, they'll be riding along out here from the southwest towards the northeast, and a majority of that activity is going to miss us until about Saturday. And Saturday is really looking like the big rain day for us. Here's a couple of times, though. Let's go into Wednesday evening. Here's the time. You can see by around 9 o'clock, some of those storms kind of brushing into northwest Tennessee. And look at how they kind of hang around. Now, Thursday morning, some of those storms will work down to the I-40 corridor. They will be weakening in the morning hours, but something we'll have to watch there. But again, if you're going to have storms, it's a lot of times better in the morning when the heat is less of and you have less to work with. Again, here's Saturday, late Friday night into Saturday, you've got those storms coming through, some rain, heavy at times. Now, once this goes through towards Saturday evening, we'll start to dry out some, but still we have spotty to scattered and isolated showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two on Sunday, more rounds of rain come through on Monday as well. So that's something we'll be watching too. We'll play this through one more time. Watch out here Wednesday about 9 o'clock. Here comes those storms. They start to come into places like Lake and Obion. Then slowly through the night, we start to see those heading down. Here's I-40. And you can see into the early morning hours, right through the morning commute, when a lot of people will be heading out from about 8 to 9 o'clock. From about I-40 north, it's going to be quite active there as we head into Thursday morning. Here's our hourly forecast. So the temperature is not going to drop much from what it is now. Very mild. If you were out this morning like I was, it was not chilly at all. It really felt humid. It felt mild. That's what it's going to feel like again in the morning, but we're going to add a degree or two to that too. So it'll be slightly even warmer and less breezy than it was this morning. So heading out in the morning, about 63 at 6 a.m., be about 65 there at 8 a.m. And if you're heading off to the bus stop in the morning, like a lot of us parents will probably be doing, mostly cloudy, 62. But by the time we get to the afternoon, we'll be in those upper 70s again, and we're going to be approaching 80 very soon. You'll see that on the 7-day forecast. We'll be about 78 for the high tomorrow. And again, there is a chance, a slight chance of one of those showers getting into the area a little bit sooner. All right, because it is a little bit tricky how fast that ridge will break down, how fast those storms will start to come in. That the models have struggled with that a little bit. I'm thinking towards the evening hours, though. That's one to be on the lookout. All right, so for tomorrow, high temperature tops out at 79. We drop to 62. We go to almost 80 degrees on Thursday. The first part of Thursday, the first half looks to be the rainiest with some weak thunderstorms in there as it looks now. Friday, a 20% chance of just a pop-up convective thunderstorm. Most of us will stay dry. Saturday looks to be our rainy day now. The system has kind of been speeding up with each model run, so it originally looked more like Sunday, but we're backing that up. The better chance is going to be on Saturday now, high of 74, a few scattered showers, and maybe a scattered thunderstorm on Sunday, but again, most of the rain Saturday. And then as we get into Monday, more rounds of showers. This rainy, unsettled pattern will continue right on into the start of next week. All right, guys, have a great rest of your evening. Tomorrow is Wednesday. We'll be halfway there when we get there. Time sure does fly. Have a great rest of your night, everyone. This has been meteorologist Brian Davis for West Tennessee Weather Channel. Take care.
We are West Tennessee Weather Channel.